Hi guys, Bobby and Vinny here from Peak Performance Academy, and today's Coach's Corner we're going to speak about don't stand still in life.
So let's talk about I suppose planning for goals in the kind of the short term, long term, and why it's important to always kind of be working towards something, and what that can be anything. That doesn't have to be fitness or work related, it could be life or relationship related. So we're just going to have a quick chat about that.
I suppose really it goes down to, when somebody is trying to achieve something in life and they get a little bit complacent. You might have got to a certain point and you might feel, okay, I've achieved this now and I'm going to stand still for a while, and that the problem there is you get very static, and that drive and internal or intrinsic drive that you had is going to start extinguishing, and that's what you need to keep going. So we need to be continuously moving forward and thinking what's next. We need to live in the moment when we achieve something, but we also need to look forward and say, right, okay, this is where I'm going to be in the next month, the next month, the next month.
That was a good point. I heard someone talking about it last day on Instagram. It's like it's all great having, let's say, dieting for a photo shoot as the goal, or trying to learn to run a 10k or a 5k or any achievement like that, or get in shape for a win or get in shape for a holiday. But what happens after that when you go back to your so-called normal life that got you there? So it's not just these short-term achievements, it's about kind of planning how you can move forward and being a better person in your day-to-day life rather than just in this short-term quick goal you have. So how can you make better lifestyle changes, better relationships, have more time for yourself to unwind and de-stress from work and all these things. So it's more than just getting ready for a holiday or a wedding. It's about how you can keep moving forward in life and getting better in life, and how you can improve your lifestyle that way as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also people that actually stand still, they're the ones that actually give up quicker, because you lose that motivation. Remember, motivation is a massive driver, and when you succeed at something, it's going to build more motivation, but you have to use it. The important thing is using it, and you're not going to just sit on your laurels and say, I achieved this and great, fantastic. It's like a team winning a championship. A good team is thinking about the next championship. Alex Ferguson was somebody I quoted before, and highly respect from his viewpoint. When they won one Premier League or Champions League or whatever, his first thought was, okay, what can we do to win the next one, the next one, the next one? Never standing still, ultra successful. And you look at it in your life, then the people who do stand still normally fall off the wagon a little bit. Have you ever seen somebody that has lost loads of weight? They get a bit static and then suddenly they fall off the wagon and they regain a load more weight than they had previously, which is an awful thing for that person to deal with. But the thing is that when you start to come to a point in the road, you need to think to yourself, okay, what's the next, what direction do I go? Where do I need to be now in the next month? So it's just kind of getting that kind of internal drive that you're always forward thinking, and just making sure that you don't get static and fall off the wagon and stop what you're doing. That's a really important thing. Keep going. You should never have a point where you make it, your thought process is, do you know what, I'm just going to give up. That should never come into the equation. You should always look for help, you should always look for structure, you should always look for plan, and just have people around you.
Yeah, exactly. It was on what the intrinsic drivers. You have a lot of people who wait for something to happen before they can start. It's like motivation is easy. Everyone's been motivated in their life. Everyone's motivated after the new year to get in shape, or motivated when their sister's wedding or something like that. Motivation is just a short term. Like for example, Alex Ferguson, but it's that commitment. So when things are going bad, if you're a team, it's to be motivated at the start of the year that we're going to win championship this year. But what happens then when things go bad? They lose one or two games, or there's a couple of injuries to the team. It's that commitment you have for yourself and for your team. And if that's weight enough, that okay, things are going to be hard, but I still need to drive this on. Motivation comes and goes, but the difference between you, where you are now and where you want to be, is your commitment and your drive to get there. So just remember that, lads, it's not always going to be plain sailing, but you know why you're doing it, so just keep those reasons in the back of your head all the time.
And I mean, all of us are going to go through adversity, and adversity reveals character. And remember, when you come to a point where you feel a little bit of pressure and you feel like standing still, that is revealing your character, your decision-making process. What are you as a person? What are you going to do to drive forward? We speak about all these famous people that have succeeded. We were talking this morning about Michael Jordan. Unbelievable story. If you ever watch his documentary, what can we take from him? What can we actually look at his character, look at his career, look at his intrinsic drive? It wasn't an external driver that was there. It was an intrinsic drive. It was inside him to succeed. So what can we take as a normal Joe Soap person that we can put into play, and we can say, right, that's how we can be successful in our little field of life, and that's really, really important.
With standing still, lads, that doesn't mean you have to be go 100 miles an hour all the time. Just talk about, like, if you have all your things in place that you know what you need to get done in a day, and you get it done, that makes that hour you have in the evening, or that evening you have in the weekend, easier to unwind, because you know you have what you have needed to do, and you have that got done. So it's not about being on the go all the time, not sleeping at all, because you need that work ethic, that hashtag grinding. It's about, have you done what you set out to do for that day, and if you have, then it's easier to unwind, relax, take an hour for yourself. So standing still and being on the go all the time are completely different things.
Absolutely, and that's a very, very good point. And as I say, it's all about success. Success is driven by actions. When you come to that point where you think you're standing still a little bit, or you've gone a little bit static in your goal, or you think, okay, what do I do next? Look for help. Set a plan some way. Talk to your friends. Talk to a coach. Get that little bit of outside influence to give you that little push on. And then remember, you're not going to stand still, then you're moving forward again, you're continuously moving forward. That's a really important point, guys. So, if you like what you hear, guys, you'll find us on peakperformancekillarney.com, all our social media pages, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube channel, Peak Performance Killarney. And also you'll find our podcast, Reach Your Peak podcast, which is done every 2 weeks. So you'll find that as well on iTunes and Spotify. Thanks for listening.